House Intel Chairman Adam Schiff repeatedly went out of his way to claim that Trump, not just Russia, Trump colluded with Russia, even when he had zero evidence of it. Now the White House is calling for his resignation. Joining me now, Assistant to the President, White House Director of Strategic Comms, Mercedes Schlapp. Mercedes, Schiff isn't going to resign. And Congresswoman Tlaib tonight told the Democrats, she has a lot of juice now, she has a lot of power with Tlaib, says do not give up on impeachment. What say you?
Well, I think that the Democrats' ultimate goal is impeachment. And I actually think it makes Nancy Pelosi nervous because she's saying, well, we might not want to go there. We need a bipartisan effort to move towards impeachment. But for the Democrats, from day one, their goal, and they run on trying to impeach the president. And so I think the American people clearly see through this. I think we know that the Democrats have gone way too far. They've been reckless in this process. They have been irresponsible in terms of, for 2 years, spending hour after hour after hour making this, building this narrative, building this case that the president colluded with the Russians. And Mueller report, obviously, as we know, the president's now fully exonerated.
I want to put up a couple of graphs from the letter from Barr, which I think are important. Let's put up the first one, okay? Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein and I concluded that the evidence developed during the special counsel's investigation is not sufficient to establish the president committed an obstruction of justice offense. Special counsel recognized that the evidence does not establish that the president was involved in an underlying crime related to Russian election interference, and that while not determinative, the absence of such evidence bears upon the president's intent with respect to obstruction. What does that mean? There's no underlying crime. So the president, everything he did was out in the open. It was like he's frustrated. He's mad. I mean, imagine if you're accused of something, basically treason.
That's right.
And all these people are against you. I'd be really mad, too. And in fact, they did accuse me of various things with the Russians. I'm like, are you kidding me? But you're the president of the United States. He was really mad. So that was supposed to be obstruction. And Mueller tried to interview the president, I guess, and they couldn't get anyone at DOJ to think that that was going to be a good idea. You didn't have the evidence of any crime to interview the president or subpoena the president. They had no evidence of any intent to obstruct justice, period. That's clear here.
It's very clear. And I think that this is like the brilliance of the president, which is that he's resilient. Despite the fact of all the pressure of this investigation, despite the fact that it's been over 8,500 articles written, stories aired in CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, and MSNBC, what we've known is that this president has been in high gear. He has stayed focused on the economy, on the trade deals, on securing the border, and keeps fighting every day for the American people. And I have to say, it really shows that the Democrats, they've made a big gamble with this, and that they lost because they thought this Mueller report was going to be their win.
They hurt the country.
Key.
Let's talk about what happened to the country. They divided this country. They made politics even more toxic. It did frustrate the president. I can't blame him for being frustrated. He's trying to make good deals for the country. Maybe we work with Russia on some things. We don't on others because they really bug us on other things. But all of this had the taint of this investigation hanging over it. Now he's free of that. He's free of this stuff now.
But think about how much they tried to destroy our president.
But he's right. I think only Trump could have withstood this.
Only this president could have withstood.
People would have just wet themselves if this was
yes.
I'm sorry, some of the other Republicans.
Which is something that is so great about this man is that he fights. And he was not going to give up.
What's the lesson? The Democrats are fighting, Stu. The Republicans have got to fight for this president's agenda, Mercedes.
They have to.
They've got to fight for the president's agenda.
And it's the right agenda. I mean, it's clear that based on his accomplishments alone, when you're looking at this booming economy impacting so many communities, the fact that he's standing tough on China and got to
support him on that. And by the way, what would you agree with the reckoning? There has to be a reckoning.
We really feel that there needs to be accountability. I mean, this has been irresponsible reporting. It's journalism at a point that they've lost their way in terms of being objective.
What about the people at DOJ who pushed this investigation?
I mean, I think one of the things that we've learned is that there's those elements in the FBI, as we've seen with Andrew McCabe, he's been under investigation. He lied under oath. That helped create and foment this horrific situation that we've seen. And at the end of the day, the president's been exonerated.
Beto yesterday basically said there's basically still evidence of collusion.
Oh, they're
Beto, Kamala Harris.
Exactly. To them, they really want to continue campaigning.
They're the truthers.
Right. They want to campaign on this collusion. They want to keep bringing doubts in the minds of the American people. Mueller report is very clear. The president has been completely exonerated, and we're moving ahead with the agenda. The Democrats can continue playing these politics, but at this moment in time, I think the American people want to see solutions, and that's what the president's working on, results for the American people.
Hit the road. He's got to hit the road and sell this agenda,
Absolutely.
Mercedes. Go to Blue State America, sell this agenda. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
And we did not coordinate.
I know
This is not collusion on outfits, okay? Different shades.